Ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land, welcome to another edition of the Squared Circle Maniacs Pro Wrestling Podcast. My name is Johnny Bottles. The man to my left is Dr. Don Wayne. We're chock full of news, info, speculation, conjecture.
There you go.
About
get all the buzzwords in there, baby. Get all the buzzwords in there.
Friday, Warner Brothers Discovery, Monday Night Raw, AEW Dynamite.
And Larry's back.
I like his name, Blocked Larry, it says.
Yeah. Before we start, though, I want to say last night, I cited a fake news source that said that MVP was leaving. And I went back into that same article today, and magically it had been taken away. So, mea culpa on that. I was wrong. I'm glad that he's going to stay. However, I do stand by my statement that they're not using the guy in the right light. And he needs to be on TV more, and he needs to be a mouthpiece for more of these guys. So that story was completely gone when I went looking for it today.
Right.
Thanks, everybody, for joining on a Friday night. We're hoping to have a good show, hoping to have a fun show. I'm excited about some of this shit that's going down right now. MJF put out a diatribe of ass kissing today. If you didn't see that, that's worth about 30 minutes of your read. He put out one hell of a message today, man. Tells me he's staying.
I read that as he's not sure if he's staying, but in case he doesn't get a good offer from the WWE, he's kissing Tony's ass to keep his foot in the door. That's what he's doing. Travis, how you doing, buddy? Freddie Roosevelt.
Got a lot of folks commenting already, and I want to make sure that we get to this now. What does
WWE do if AEW loses their TV deal to access Destiny in America, but Tony doesn't release anyone who's still going to spend on talent?
I'm not saying that he is. We're just saying what talent, if he went tits up, would you hope the WWE would sign? That's what I'm looking at here tonight.
Well, the people that I made my list, and I know you did too. And the people that I selected for my list, some are a little unusual, dare I say, and some are household names.
You're going to be
as Jim Cornette says, garbage is also a household name. That's got to be taken out to the curb once a week. So,
where do you want to start?
Okay, what do you want to get to first? Where do you want to go first?
Let's get into a little bit of let's get into the little tantalizing information that we got today about the possible announcement. Well, there's going to be some folks in attendance at the shows this week, at the WWE upcoming LA shows, right? That's coming up. They've got a SmackDown, I believe, in LA next Friday. They've got a couple of house shows, which I want to talk about that a little bit. I'm not sure if you saw this or not, but the house shows, they announced CM Punk would be attending. Did you see that?
Yes, I saw that. Did you mention who was at the Madison Square Garden?
I was going to wait for you to do that.
The Madison Square Garden house show on December 26th, the day after Christmas, one of the most packed houses the Garden ever had for professional wrestling, and the highest grossing house show in WWE history.
That, yes.
Warner Brothers Discovery executives, since it was in New York City, they were attending that house show.
Allegedly, reportedly, by our source.
Reportedly by our source. Our source reported that. I'm not saying it's alleged. I'm just saying he or she reported that.
And they will be there next week for the SmackDown shows. And
in Cali.
And the announcement is imminent, is what we were told.
And the big man will be at the California shows.
Yes.
David Z. Big Daddy Zaslav. He'll be there.
This is how big these California shows are, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was reported that the sales for the Saturday house show, which had been strong before Punk was advertised, had sold 8,800 tickets in a setup of 11,991.
Mm-hmm.
As of today, since they made the announcement, they have now sold a total of 12,896, with 797 remaining for a setup of 13,693. They opened the whole building up because they sold out what they had set up for. Now you got the nosebleeds out there.
Don, so, I'm on the internet, Don. I'm on wrestling Twitter 24/7. I see a lot of things, and this just has me worried that wrestling Twitter is right, that WWE is a faded company. They're washed up. And by the way, Every asshole out there on Twitter that says he's washed, that guy's washed. It's washed up. It's not, he just washed himself in the tub. He just washed himself in the shower. He washed his nuts. Washed up means a piece of wreckage from a boat or garbage that washes up on the beach or on the shore. That's what washed up means. Something that's faded, used, battered, beaten, and not quite itself. That's what washed up means.
I'm excited about this right now, Johnny.
Jesus Christ.
I'm excited because this is big. It was also said to me today, what I was told was they started having the meetings, I believe, back in October. They had 4 meetings between now and October.
Yes.
And October is when the formal offers were made. TKO and Warner Brothers Discovery had at least 4 meetings in the past 2 months regarding the TV negotiations, and we are now inevitably coming down the end. And Tony Khan is allegedly being written in a release letter here soon. That's what we were told. They will be formally
just a formal letter
because they already had the meeting.
Non-renewal of the contract, which means they'll pay them out throughout the contract throughout 2024. They'll pay them throughout 2024. That does not mean that they will be on all the contracted dates for 2024. But it will be like, here's your money.
Go away.
I don't think we're going to need you around here anymore. Go away. So, Don, what they're talking is, originally I heard January 10th to January 12th would be the earliest mention in the media of the WWE going to Warner Brothers Discovery. It could be as late as when they go in the press junkets for the Royal Rumble.
See, that's personally what I think is going to happen.
That's what I think is going to happen too.
That's what I think. I think the 10th, 12th is sort of we'll see how it goes, but I think that's when you're going to see it happen. So, just my opinion. I'm excited about this a little bit. It's going to start leaking again here with the new year coming up. A lot of people have been on vacation. We're still listening to it. We're still trying to get information on it. I'm very excited about this. I know I've seen some folks that are concerned that it's going to put AEW out of business. It's not going to put them out of business, folks. Don't. Honest to God, you want to know where I think they end up?
They'll end up doing Daly's Place on YouTube until he finds a home.
He will. I honestly think they're going to end up on FX.
Could be.
That's where I think they're going to go.
I hope they do. Because
I do too.
I like some wrestlers in AEW. I don't hate everybody in that company.
I don't
hate
either.
Tony Khan. And I just wish he would stop doing what he's doing and turn it over to somebody who knows what they're doing.
Please give somebody else the booking.
There are a lot of wrestlers there that don't get a fair shake. Preston Vance is a great wrestler, good-looking kid. He's you have no idea who I'm talking about right now. He's a good-looking guy, and I'm sure he would go far if they threw him in NXT for a few months, like they did with Brian Pillman Jr., or should I say Lexus King. That guy's showing more charisma and more talent since he's been in the NXT system than he's ever had in AEW. They didn't know what to do with him. They didn't know who was there to guide him.
His dad's entire life story was on a TV show that was watched by hardcore fans. And they said, we're going to sit on our hands and do jack shit with this.
A two-parter. It was a two-part episode.
Two-parter. I mean,
weeks.
I got no words. None. How do you not? Are you sure that was a two-parter? The only two-parter I know was the Chris Benoit. I don't know.
That was the Pillman thing was a two-parter.
Okay. Well, I've watched them all.
I'm sure Chris Steichleather will let us know if he's here, if he's in attendance.
I can't begin to tell you how you dropped the ball that badly with something like this with this guy. But anyway,
that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there.
There's other tidbits of news that have dropped in the past.
What do you have,
24 hours?
What do you have, Don?
Britt Baker's absence has been explained now officially, and
she's hurt. Wink, wink. She's hurt. Her feelings are hurt.
Okay, can we get the bullshit shovel out right now? Wasn't she just complaining a month and a half ago about not being on TV time and having enough camera time for herself, and now she's hurt? Dude, does this
she can't be hurt because she hasn't wrestled.
This does not pass the bullshit test with me. It doesn't pass it.
Dude, he does not want anyone to think he's got disgruntled. See, Pillman episode was a two-part.
Yeah, 2 parts. I don't remember.
He did
I just
not
remember Chris Benoit.
Tony Khan the perception of his company is everything to him, and perception of himself. He does not want to be perceived as an unfair boss, as a guy who plays favorites, even though he does.
Oh, no.
He wants to be.
You think maybe he does? Where's the Young Bucks? I got to get him a new contract.
I want them to stay.
Oh, dear God. Larry's back at it, people.
That's my Tony Khan impression. Sprained her wrist on a root canal on a 10-year-old. She probably sprained her wrist on a root canal on Tony Khan.
Stop. Okay, Lisa's keeping it in the dental hygiene.
You know what they call
Good Lord.
A root canal in my house is
No, I don't want to know.
the secret handshake.
Okay, we're done.
I'm just anyway. I think that Britt Baker was a favored wrestler.
Something's happened.
Performer.
Something's happened.
She's pissed off about not being on TV, and she probably won't come back. He probably pitched her some ideas to work with Sky Blue, the job out to Sky Blue, or Julia Hart. She said, no, I'm not going to do it. So she's pulling a Miro.
She's pulling a Miro, thinking the same thing.
The Redeemer! The Redeemer! I'm redeeming my career.
That storyline does not work for me. Bring in my hot, flexible wife.
That does not work for me, brother. He's pulling a Hogan is what he's doing. She's pulling a Hulk Hogan. That doesn't work for me, Tony. I'm staying here. I'm flossing teeth. Leave me alone.
It gets better because Tony Khan had his All Worlds media call, and he quote-unquote said he fully expects the Devil storyline to conclude at the pay-per-view.
Why would you drag it out further?
No, that's not my point. Why would you give it away like that? Why would you set this up for that? What have you ever you've heard
to get people to buy the pay-per-view? Attendance is in the toilet. Ratings are not what they used to be. I won't say they're in the toilet completely, but they're not what they used to be. And they used to hit 1,100. I mean, 1,100,000 down to 900,000. That used to be their sweet spot. And then it dropped down. And then when CM Punk came in, they went right back to up to the millions again, consistently, until he fell out of favor. And then you know what happened after that.
Yeah.
They always have Riho.
God, don't get me started. And in your girl's news, I didn't see this on Christmas Eve by your girl Mercedes Mone, her tweet. I didn't see that.
I'd like to see her tweet.
Come on, bro.
Go ahead.
It said, happy holidays. All I want for Christmas is Monet. Yes. Allegedly, she's asking for more money than what Charlotte signed for. I know you like her. I know. I hear what you're saying. But when I look at that tweet, I take it two ways, right? It's either about money or she wants the name that she's established now so she can own it. I can look at that two different ways. And I know you're big on her. And you love you some Mercedes Monet. I'm not that guy. That's not it for me, pal.
Here's what she copyrighted. She copyrighted the name Mercedes Monet. Okay?
Yes.
And I've got pulled up right now what phrases she copywritten, whatever, and what they're for. She copywrote.
She did a written copy.
Exactly. Time is Monet. For coats, hats, leggings, pants, shirts, shoes, shorts, socks, shirts, and short sleeve shirts, sweatshirts, hooded sweatshirts, outer jackets.
So she wants that name copyrighted so she can get a bigger piece of the pie. And no, Travis, no one gives a shit about that garbage devil storyline anymore. No one cares.
I do. I like to see who it is. I would like to see who it is just out of curiosity. We've come this far.
I'm talking about everything that led up to it, though, right? Like now, unless it is a name that you cannot believe, unless it's somebody that you cannot fathom, it is going to be like shit in your pants first thing in the morning when you try to fart. That's going to be what it is. You went to fart and only started. Now you've got to go wipe it off and you look retarded.
You paint a vivid description of the unhygienically sound side of life. You know that? A very vivid
Sega depiction. Genesis, I highly doubt.
She says she's a fan of Don Wayne. Yes. She wants you to pencil in that mustache like Vince. But anyway, she copywrote
some Gomez.
Monet wear. for the same reasons. All those articles of clothing I previously mentioned. And she copywrote Mone Talks for entertainment services, namely providing podcasts in the field of professional wrestling, sports entertainment, music, pop culture, inspirational messages, life advice, and acting. Entertainment services, namely providing video podcasts in the field of professional wrestling, sports entertainment, music, popular culture, inspirational messages, life advice.
Got
and
it.
acting.
Got it. I got it. She's copyrighting
Providing
every damn
online
thing she
interviews
can with
featuring a
Monet.
professional wrestler and actress. Yes.
Got it. Everything
she's-
that says Monet, she's copyrighting the shit out of it.
Now, why couldn't she come back as Mercedes Monet?
I'm not saying
Instead
she
of Sasha
can't, but
Banks.
you know how they are about this stuff, man. You know
Well,
how they are. They
there's a
want
guy
their
named-
intellectual property.
There's a guy named Brock Lesnar, who's Brock Lesnar. There's a guy named John Cena, who's John Cena.
I know. But they own that intellectual property. He cannot wrestle under that name ever again.
Exactly.
Now, they say that, but, I'm willing to bet he could go to court and win that pretty easy. Just my opinion.
Well, time is Monet, Monet wear, Monet talks. None of it says Mercedes Monet.
Yes. So
she can use that in whatever side hustle she's going to have going. And when she
all right,
leaves
that's fine. She can
WWE
have
or
it.
whatever, it's fine.
So
She'll
if
probably
it's
come
not
back as
about
Sasha Banks then.
if it's really not about her getting paid more than Charlotte Flair, then she will be at the Royal Rumble and she will be entrant number 30 in the Women's Royal Rumble if it's really not about her getting paid more than Charlotte. Honest to God, that's my opinion. Who, by the way,
It's not about
I think we talked about it some, but her knee is totally shot. She's probably going to be out at least 8 months now. And
torn
that sucks.
ACL, torn meniscus, torn MCL.
So please don't ever come off that top rope again. Please.
She was in Mexico for Andrade CMLL match. I saw a video of that on Twitter. She sat in the front row. They escorted her down. She was on crutches. So apparently, I don't know if she's had that surgery yet or not. But knowing her, she'll get some stem cells put in. She'll shoot herself full of tests.
That might be why she's in Mexico, buddy.
Rolling. Could be.
That might be why she's in Mexico to get those stem cells. A little bit cheaper there. And
they don't have it here.
No, you've got to go.
You got to leave the country. You got to leave the country to go get stem cells.
You have to go to El Hijo del Vikingo and have him put it in. He jumps on the ropes 3 times and it stabs you in the knee, and it's over. Bada bing, bada boom, you're cured.
There you go.
That's all the news I got. I'm ready to get into this AEW roster barb any minute now.
You want to hear the latest Dave Meltzer word salads?
Oh God, what did he do now? Why?
This is from the Wrestling Observer online.
Do you hate me?
2 more original Office people have left the promotion. This makes 5 major departures in recent months, with Kevin Sullivan, who was let go in a decision by Mike Mansouri. He's the executive producer of the shows.
Mike Mansour.
And we know this next part. Megan Parek. He's acknowledging this. Who is no longer working in AEW after being head of legal and unofficial counselor. The unofficial counselor, they call it. To some of the talent, although nothing has ever been said as to what happened. And some have called it a suspension. Others have tried to put it off that she's concentrating on the football team during the season. But I haven't.
They're just now acknowledging this. It's been months, right?
Yes.
It's been months that she left.
Yes.
That you talk about trying to get that under the carpet. Yes, Travis, we talked about this a few months ago. I know you're new to the channel, but we talked about this months ago. She had quietly left the company, and they had tried to keep that about as hush-hush as possible. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, why would they make that announcement now?
She left she was suspended, supposedly, and then the Young Bucks lost their EVP status, coincidentally enough, all in the same week.
Oh, no, they said it was just an oversight on the internet, if you remember. They said it was an oversight, and they forgot to put their titles back up.
It took them a week to put it back on the website, EVPs.
That's what they said.
It was announced that the Young Bucks and company were taking the rest of the year off to come back stronger. And then in October, one of the Young Bucks' wives, right around this same time period, is not renewing her. She gave them 2 weeks, well, not 2 weeks notice, but she gave them notice, 2 months notice. End of the year, I'm done. And it's the end of the year, and she's done. Julia, who was an Italian-Japanese wrestler from Stardom, the Stardom promotion over in Japan, which is a all-women's wrestling promotion. Some of the hardest hitters in women's wrestling come from Stardom. Kairi Sane, Io Sky,
They also get shit on
Asuka.
by those wrestlers when they get to America and talk about how bad they are to them.
Yes. Yes, they do.
They're not exactly
well,
a
her contract expires with Stardom in March. And the rumor is that she's coming to the WWE. And another rumor that was revealed today is the WWE will be working with Stardom in the future.
Yeah, I heard they were looking
so
at
it
all
goes hand in hand.
Yeah, more women wrestling. More bad women's wrestling.
Yes.
Yay.
More bad women's wrestling.
Let me just blow my foot off now.
Here's a little something that someone posted on Twitter yesterday afternoon. No, it was Wednesday afternoon. I'm sorry.
All right, who
Wednesday
is this
afternoon.
first? Who is this? Some random Charlie and Starkville type shit?
Two guys just talking. This is a DM that one guy sent to another. The one guy's name is Wappenheimer. And got invited last minute to AEW. I'm never going to turn down free tickets. And so-and-so and I are here. She's already noticed how extra these wrestling fans are compared to WWE. They're in Orlando, the guy writes back. They're at the UCF. We literally got a last-minute text from one of our old co-workers whose husband works for AEW. Apparently, they're super worried about the turnout. And they were giving out free Dynamite Rampage taping tickets.
Got it. What did he say?
That's what he's got the 2 tickets in his hand. I'll put it up on the screen if you want.
No, did he say anything else about the show?
No, it's just probably that, a lot of people there without deodorant and people haven't brushed their teeth in a week or two. That's all. Nothing major.
That sounds about right. Let's talk about the roster.
A couple people got up in the morning that day and they sharded and,
Let's talk about the roster, Johnny.
Are we doing the roster picks right now?
We're doing the roster. This is going to take a little
I'm
while.
ready. I am ready.
I guarantee you have way more people than I do.
I probably do because I'm a little extra that way. I picked announcers. I picked managers, things of that nature. You want to go first? We'll just name one guy or one girl and
MJF.
We'll swap off.
MJF.
I got MJF also. I've got MJF also.
Yep. Tony
He's
Storm.
good. I got Tony Storm also.
Ricky Starks and Big Bill.
I got both of them also.
The Acclaimed without Billy Gunn.
I have no Acclaimed.
Really? I would take the Acclaimed. I think you can do something with them. They're young. They're good-looking kids. I think you can do something with them.
Seriously, scissor me,
yeah,
daddy.
I really do.
Scissor me, Vinnie Mac.
Get rid of
scissor
that.
me,
That's
Triple H.
Go. You're getting stuck in AEW. That's got to go. That's why you dumped the whole thing. I'm not taking Orange Cassidy, obviously, and I'm sure you like him.
No, not at all.
You're probably taking Christian Cage. I'm passing on Christian Cage.
Not at all.
All right.
He's past his prime. It's over and done with. I didn't take Edge either.
I'm going to tell you this, and it's going to fire some folks up that are big wrestling female fans. I'm passing on Julia Hart. Don't see it.
So did I.
Okay.
She's just learned how to wrestle. People act like she's the 72nd coming of goddamn Luthez or Medusa Michelli. She's not. She's just learned how to wrestle from her husband. They weren't teaching her anything there.
Now, she might work in NXT.
She might work at NXT if it was training down there. Yeah, just like Pillman.
Cassidy could sell the popcorn. If I was to bring in Orange Cassidy, I'd make him a job guy every night to a woman. That's what I'd have Orange Cassidy doing for his penance for making a joke of wrestling. I'd bring back FTR.
FTR, you would take?
I'd bring him back.
I've got FTR also. Let me do one.
Okay. Calm down there, Sparky.
What the hell?
You told me to go, so I'm going.
I would, let's go with an unsung tag team that we always rave about. The Butcher and the Blade.
I would bring them in to do something, but they're not there anymore. They're gone.
No, they're there. They're on the roster page. They're there.
Okay.
They're just not being used on TV. They wanted to leave when the bunny left because the Blade is the Blade is living with the bunny, I believe.
So they're just never on TV. See, and here's the problem. We're naming people always yell that we shit on this company. There's guys in this company we like to see do something with. To get a big deal. Do something with them.
We're talking about them right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You have
they can't get a fair shake at AEW when it shuts down finally. They could go over to WWE. What'd I say? Okay. I'm going to do an announcer.
Okay. Who?
Kevin Kelly.
Yeah, I'd bring him over. Monday Night Raw, perfect.
I put him on SmackDown. I'd get rid of.
I don't care, either or.
I'd get rid of Lucky Charms and put him on
either
SmackDown.
Either or. I don't care. It's an improvement to either one of them. They're killing this guy.
Mm-hmm. Kevin
Wasting
Patrick
his
done.
time.
Kevin Kelly, roll him right in there. He knows how the whole system works. He used to work there during the Attitude Era. He knows what they expect, and I think he'd be a great addition. And the voice of Ring of Honor, Ian Riccoboni. If the guy's too good to be stuck on Ring of Honor. I would put him down in where would I put him on NXT?
That's where that's the only place you can put him.
I would take Booker T away from that. Vic Joseph.
Well, look, I'm not gonna lie. I don't watch enough NXT to have any input on that at all. I just know.
Oh man, this is Booker T's commentary. Oh man, she's percolating right now, man.
I got nothing for it.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
That's
Booker T's commentary. He says that about 4 or 5 times an hour. It's the shits. Willow Nightingale.
What about the Guns?
I've got both of them with their father.
Okay.
I'll put them all 3 of them together.
I told you I don't want Billy Gunn. I don't want him. I don't want him, dude. I don't want it.
If he left there in 2025 and went back to WWE, you could spin one last run for Billy Gunn.
Now, if you're talking about a run, I'm talking about a long-term hire. If you're talking about a one-off, I can see that.
A one-off.
Okay.
And maybe he can work backstage as an agent or be a trader down at NXT like he was.
Here's what I don't want. So, we're going to do some fantasy fun booking, right? If I'm going to do that, I'm going to bring him back with his boys. And that's when you're going to see him be a manager for about the first 6 months to get them the titles. And he's going to say, boys, I've done all I can do. You're on your own.
And then somebody who's a current U.S. champion decides to F with Billy Gunn and his sons. And Billy Gunn takes offense to it. And he challenges this guy for his belt. And the guy laughs at him and he gets beaten down by the U.S. champ's buddies. And he makes a comeback at the end. And Billy Gunn challenges at a major PLE for the U.S. title, and he wins it. Let him have the belt for 2 months instead of losing to somebody else.
What about Powerhouse Hobbs?
Powerhouse Hobbs is on my list. They would know what to do with him.
A lot of people like Hobbs. I think we both have Wardlow.
Wardlow was on my list also.
But that's an NXT guy right away. He is not ready for the main stage.
Right.
It's
put him in NXT for a couple of months.
Yes.
He's still young enough where you can put him down there and he won't miss much time. He's not like he's wasting his time. He's learning. So
I do have a surprise for you.
Go ahead.
Darby Allin, I'd bring over. There's something there. He has charisma. Now, once he gets in the ring with some of the bigger guys like a Randy Orton, I might regret that statement because it might just look too damn preposterous.
They're going to tell him he can't do this, he can't do that, he can't do this. He's going to try to do it anyway.
No,
he's going to get released. He would never go there from number one. He'd probably go to Game Changer Wrestling or New Japan or one of those places. He'd go to Game Changer Wrestling and beat people up with light tubes and, have, what's that guy's name? Effie. Have Effie put his dick hand in his mouth. He puts his hand out his pants and shoves it in the guy's face. Come on now.
Somebody that I saw in this that sort of caught me off guard?
Remember
that? Pac? Remember Pac?
Great wrestler.
Never see him.
He's supposedly hurt. He's supposedly hurt. That's right. He won't be doing that.
No, he's not jumping 3 houses. I'm looking hard right now because I think my list started running out. Oh yeah, Swerve. I'd bring Swerve back. Swerve has changed everything about himself since he left. He's gained probably 30 pounds of muscle. He's found a voice. He gets it now. And I like what he's become.
Love Swerve. He's on my list also. Miro is on my list.
I'd bring back Miro.
Miro was over like Rover as Rusev with Rusev Day, that whole gimmick. And you could sell 1 million Rusev Day t-shirts again.
Would you bring in Britt Baker?
No, absolutely not.
I don't think I can do it either.
Absolutely not. She can't wrestle. When she tried to wrestle, she tried to wrestle Thunder Rosa. And she accused Thunder Rosa of sandbagging her. It's because Thunder Rosa was never. She's not there to train anybody. If Britt Baker can't wrestle, it's not her responsibility to try to walk her through a decent match. Baker can't wrestle. And speaking of Thunder Rosa, I would bring in Thunder Rosa.
I keep hearing that, and I don't see it, and I get it. There's a lot of fans. I just don't see it, man. I just don't see it with her.
You haven't seen her on TV in a long time. She's been out for a year with a bad back. Willow Nightingale, since we're on this topic of the women, I would definitely bring in Willow Nightingale.
She has something. I can give you that. She does have something.
When Punk was booking Collision, he had her cut 2 promos, and she was good. They wouldn't let her talk on Dynamite. She just stood there and smiled and waved to everybody. But when Collision, she cut promos, and she was fantastic. Good hand in the ring. Big girl. She's got some size. She looks like she could throw people around pretty well.
I like that. Yeah.
They can't be cookie cutter. Cookie cutter.
Whoa, hey now. This is a family show, pal.
Cookie cutter. Supermodels, you know what I'm saying? Statlander. Chris Stat. I thought about that. I thought about her, but she's 40.
I don't care. She can help people out of the NXT roster. She can still help.
Would she even want to come back?
Yeah, Chris
bring Statlander in. She's as big as Rhea Ripley. Not as ripped, but as big as Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with no. She's not.
You wouldn't take her.
No, I'm just saying she's not as big, but I'd take her.
I think she is. I think she's as tall as Ripley.
And I've seen this 35 times. I'm not taking Athena. It's already happened once. She didn't work out. It was terrible. I don't want her back. Nope. I've already seen that. She was
a malcontent. They wanted her to lose weight.
She hurts everybody in the ring. She's hurting too many people. So I think, honest to God, that's the end of my list, models. That's it.
I've got a few more names for you.
I'm sure I told you that more than I do.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 more.
Jesus Christ, are you running a charity or a company?
Pal, you got 201 people to deal with.
And I've named everybody.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I just erased 2 of them. You son of a bitch. I'm erasing the names off as I call them out. Hang on. I'll start at the top of the list. That way I won't F this up. Buddy Matthews. Mr. Rhea Ripley. Her fiance. He's a good hand. He's a good hand in the ring. Looks like $1 million bucks. He's ripped. I'd bring him in, and it would keep her happy.
Not a chance.
Malachi Black.
Not a chance. I've already seen that once. I don't like it then. I don't like it now. Everything about it sucks.
Handled correctly. Not under Vince McMahon. Handled correctly. No. He could be the next Undertaker.
I don't want to see no more emo goddamn cousin Vinny. I don't want to see it no more.
Emo cousin Vinny.
That's what it looks like. He's a taller version of cousin Vinny. He's emo though. That's what I see in him. I'm dark. I'm so dark. I'm so dark.
What about Andrade?
No, I've seen it. I don't want to see it again.
Mr. Charlotte Flair.
Don't want to see it again. Johnny Bottles.
I would do it in a heartbeat. Here's another controversial one, Don. Very controversial. Mr. Jazz Hands himself, Kenny Omega.
No, hell no. God, no.
I'd bring him in. Why?
He can't wrestle for another year. He's always hurt. He has literally wrestled enough matches to put himself into always being hurt.
He would not be working that style in the WWE.
He's already worked it, though. You can't undo what he's done to his body. It's over.
Name value.
To who? To who? Johnny, you're talking about the smallest of the small crowds. I'm gonna go back to this. Hold on, let me make my point on this. I'm gonna go back to this. CM Punk referenced the fight he had in AEW, and no one in the crowd got the reference about AEW because no one watches that outside of 850,000 people. Out of 2.5 million people that watch it, 850 watch that show, and I would be willing to bet now that only a third are actually WWE fans. A third. He has no name value in that company. None.
He's got name value around the world.
What part of the world do they have? Oh, my
Japan.
God, Johnny.
Japan.
Where 5,000 people show up for their pay-per-view? Come on, Johnny.
Hey, pal, I'm sticking to it. I don't like the guy, but I'm looking at it from a business standpoint.
Bang bang! A good day. A kiss the face.
He wouldn't be doing. He wouldn't be doing all that in the WWE.
He's going to. He can't help himself. He's going to
Then he
point
would
at
be
the
out the
ropes.
door.
He's going to
He'd be
finger
out the
bang
door.
everybody. He's going to take down his pants with a thong on and pin you with your nuts in his face. That's what he does.
Here's another. This is another nepotism hire, and this guy will go in the Hall of Fame the year that he comes in.
Oh,
Mr. Dustin Rhodes.
No, I don't want to see him anymore. I'm done.
I'd bring him in, the team with Cody, for a little bit until the Hall of Fame. He's in the Hall of Fame on a Legends contract. He's done. He's done in the ring.
I don't need him. I don't need
He
to see
can
him.
work. He could work down in NXT and train people. Ethan Page.
Oh, God, no.
What?
No. God, no.
Looks like $1 million. He could talk. Good on the mic. Clean cut, handsome kid.
No. How about no?
How about Nick Sonny Frank?
Rhodes did announce he was retiring this year.
How about Nick Sonny Frank?
I don't even know who that is.
I could just make up a name like I just did, and you wouldn't even know.
I don't know who that is.
No one knows who's on this roster. I looked at the roster page today. I'm saying, who the hell's that guy? Who's that guy? Who the F is Truth Magnum? It sounds like
Who is Parker Boudreaux? Or Boudreaux, excuse me. There's no R. Parker Boudreaux. No idea who he is.
They said he was a collegiate wrestler. They said he was the second coming of Brock Lesnar. And they put him in NXT, and he wouldn't train. He didn't want to work out. He was doughy. They wound up keeping a shirt on him when he wrestled because he was so out of shape.
You can tell me all this. I still don't know who the hell he is.
He's horrible. Arn Anderson.
Julia Hart, I think, would have a spot if she wanted to manage. I just don't buy her as a wrestler. Oh, Sky Blue. There was one other I knew I was forgetting. I bring in Sky Blue.
For what reason?
Bruh. You got to get the neck beards on there somehow.
I'd bring in Arn Anderson. Moving right along. Arn Anderson could be a manager. He could be a manager.
He's not with them anymore.
Yes, he is. He's still there. He's on the roster.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Oh, he's there.
No, he's not. He's not been there for a while. They announced that a few months ago.
He left when his son died. Not Brock Anderson. His other son is not a wrestler.
I swear to God, I read an article that said he was leaving AEW.
He left because his son died.
AEW, he's Brock Lesnar. Here it is. 11-3, according to Brian Last, Jim Cornette, Arn Anderson has left AEW.
He's still on the roster page.
I'm looking at the roster page. I don't see him, pal.
How about Samoa Joe?
I don't want him.
And my last on the list, Don Callis.
No, hell no, I don't want no part of that guy.
You need managers.
No. Where? In the WWE where the land of managers go to die? There's like 3. They don't do it anymore. And he ain't one of them that would.
Thinking outside the box, Don.
No, that guy is 1980 shtick written all over him. Nothing about that guy gets heat. He gets go away heat. We've talked about this. Go away heat is go away heat. I don't want to see you anymore on my television. Not a chance. Not a chance. I mean, that's the entire roster. I'm looking through this right now. Don Callis owe
you money?
He might. Chris says Lance Archer. Nope, got no use for him.
He's 45. Bad neck.
Got no use.
Too hurt. If he was 10 years younger or 5 years younger, I'd bring him in.
You should bring in Kota Ibushi, see as how you're making a Make-A-Wish Foundation list.
Kota Ibushi?
Well, you're making a Make-A-Wish list.
I had some of that the other night with eel sauce. It was fantastic. A little wasabi on the side. It was great.
That's it, dude. I mean, I see nothing else. Remember when Dante Martin was the hottest thing in the company?
Supposedly. Yeah, supposedly. Will Ospreay, I just completely passed him by too, bruh.
He's beat the hell up.
Bruh.
He was beat the hell up. People forget this guy, Will Ospreay, in April or March this year, had a mental breakdown in his car talking about all the injuries he's going through from what he's done to his body. If you remember that video,
his legs are going numb. Yeah, his legs
are going numb. I'm regretting the style I've done my entire career. This was not a good career choice for me to wrestle this way. And here we are 8 months later, and he's like, I'm going to keep doing it. Like, all right, bro. Your call, buddy.
Keep on rolling. Keep on rolling, dickhead. Keep on rolling.
Keep on rolling. Eventually, you'll be rolling wheels with your hands. That's just my opinion. Honest to God, that's it. And I'm looking at this story now.
Like Eddie Murphy in Trading Places.
Says Arn Anderson had been with them for quite some time. Arn left just before Ric Flair came in.
Highly provocative.
So, yeah. I knew he had left. And yes, Dustin Rhodes. I can't do it. That's all I got, man.
I'm just looking at some of the other news out there, pal.
It's got to be worthy. You better give me something worthy. Bob in Hershey, Pennsylvania, or Clint, Wyoming, I don't care about. Because I've looked high and far today for everything I can. I think we nailed everything.
In that media call the other day, Tony Khan then talked about the experiments he's been doing with what's called a control group. Have you heard of those things? The old control group?
He's doing this now?
Yeah, control groups. And what they've been doing in experimental groups, increasing allocation of sports-based old-school wrestling with the Continental Classic. He said the Continental Classic's been the most fun thing he's ever done and put together. He is attributing the ratings increase to the more sports-based ratings increase. He did 10,000 people more this week than he did last week. Ratings increase?
Do you have that link for the ratings year over year?
Yes.
Let's look at that real quick before we close the show. I think that's a good way to close the show. To compare where they were and where they are. Because for the past year, they've been consistently stuck. And yes, Larry, this is the issue, and Larry's nailing it. This is the issue. I started watching AEW. I still watch AEW because I was promised a sport-based product, and I still have not gotten that. I've gotten spot monkeys and slap. The shit Wednesday night still just bothers me because everybody was slapping each other in the chest in every other match. Everybody was getting slapped every other round. Slap your chest, slap my chest, slap your chest. God, man. But we got somebody sent us a link, just so you guys know, to compare year over year what AEW was at, where they started, where they are now. And you can literally see the spike when CM Punk came on the scene. He matters in wrestling. He doesn't just matter in WWE. He matters in all of wrestling. He pulls in a segment of fans anywhere from 300 to 400,000. I've been saying it. Anybody's been watching us long enough, I've told them. That's the segment of fans that he has. They're not hardcore wrestling fans. They're CM Punk fans. And that's what they want to see, is they want to see CM Punk. It's just the way it is. Austin, when he's on TV, he's going to pop a number, which I'm actually surprised that WWE hasn't used him a little bit more over the years. I would have thought, like bring him on as a guest commentator or something like that. That match he had with Kevin Owens a few years ago was great. It's a great little throwback.
The day one show, Monday Night Raw on New Year's Day, they're supposed to be bringing back a former WWE champion who's not in the company.
I've seen that, and I've also seen that it might be Big E.
Could very well be. Here it is, right here. Took me long enough to find it, brother.
I could have sent it to you. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, well, thanks a lot, shithead.
Well, I asked you, like, I got it.
Look up for me, when did CM Punk start with AEW?
Well, now you're getting touchy. Was it September 2021, correct? August 2021.
Okay. All right. So what we have here is Dynamite started October 2nd, 2019. The debut show.
Can you blow it up some?
I can't blow it up any more than what it is, pal.
Okay.
It is what it is. Well, you're looking at it on a cell phone, so it's a little hard to see. October 2nd, 2019, 1.409 million viewers. Debut show. People saw it, and a week later, some of them dropped out. October 9th, 1,000,018. And they had a True TV simulcast. So the show ran on True TV also. And they picked up a few extra. It was 1.140 million viewers when all was said and done. Then they did another million the following week, and then it dropped down to 963. Then it dropped down to 759. Dropped down to 822. These are thousands of viewers. November 13th, 957. They were going back up. Then they bottomed out on they really bottomed out.
All I'm looking for is look at where they started when they first started the company. That's sort of what I'm looking for here.
1.409. So I guess you could say they averaged, I don't know, 950,000 viewers if you average it out.
CM Punk debuted on AEW on August 20th, 2021. All right? So I'm going to give you a quick rundown on this.
I'm going down to it right now, buddy.
So his first show would have been
the 25th of August.
What'd they pop?
1.172 million.
Average 1.17. That's not what they popped. That's what they averaged.
No, that's what they popped that day. They averaged about maybe 1.1 million viewers.
No, that's what it says. This is the average. This is the average right here that you're looking at. So they averaged 1.172. So they probably popped a 1.2 or 1.3 on that show. I'm trying to get through all this to say this and just show this real quick. CM Punk was on the show. They were averaging a way higher number than they are now. If you go down through it. Now, there's some lows and highs to this thing, and I'm going to post this on my Twitter account later if you guys want to take a look at it, because it's pretty telling on where they are. But starting this year, you started to see the 850 average start to creep in real hard. That's just where it started, and that's about where they are. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you look at this year, they started off a little bit stronger. They even had 1 million viewers on February 22nd. I don't remember if that was one of their on-TV pay-per-views or not. I'm not trying to draw this out and make a whole show out of this. I just want it to be known they started off the year with 1 million people, then they're down to 843,000. So if you're going to tell me that they're doing fine, I'm going to say no, they're not. And that's why they're going away.
There's no growth.
There's not. So that's all I have to say about that. I just want to put that out there.
Right. They couldn't maintain 1 million viewers every week.
And they had him. CM Punk, man, he's a draw. He's a draw.
Well, if the show was actually booked by a booker with sequential storytelling, episodic television, then maybe people would tune in to see what happens the following week.
I thought you just said you want Booker off your TV.
Booker T?
Bottles, that's all I got tonight, buddy.
I'm exasperated.
All right. Well, on that note, everybody have a safe and happy New Year's. Don't drink and drive. Please like and subscribe. We need them subscription dollars, baby. We're getting no money for this. We're doing this because we love wrestling. That like and subscribe costs you nothing.
That guy's going to call me up and shake us down again for money. You know who that guy is.
Till next week, Gordon Soley saying so long from the Sunshine State.